Alright, what's going on, guys? Your boy Hollywood here. This is the first video of 2025. Let's go, baby. So today's video, we're going to be talking about the brand new Ducati Panigale V4, the 2025 edition, the one that has the double-sided swing arm, the new LED lights. The wings are a little bit different. We're going to talk about all those different things, and I might tell you guys on a little secret, keep you guys on a little secret, if I'll be trading mine in for 2025. So let's hop on the bike and let's get into the video. So jump right to the video, you guys. So let's just address the elephant in the room and give my thoughts on the new 2025 Ducati Panigale V4. And like I said, the elephant in the room is the double-sided swing arm. Now, me personally, I am not the hugest fan of the double-sided. Oh, that's a second. I keep forgetting I'm in GP. I'm not a huge fan of the double-sided swing arm, only because the Panigale V4 was known for its single-sided swing arm and a couple other things I'm going to touch on, but the single-sided swing arm is just what made the Ducati, okay? That's the reason why I got a Ducati, was the single-sided swing arm and a couple other things that I've made in the video recently. And for those of you who don't know, Ducati actually made two V4s, one with the single-sided swing arm and one with the double-sided swing arm, and they let MotoGP riders ride both of them to see which one they liked more, and it ended up being the double-sided swing arm, unbelievably, by a landslide. So they ended up going with the double-sided swing arm, and I've heard so far out of all the videos that I've watched on this, they say the double-sided swing arm improved its handling, because if those of you know, if I've ever ridden a V4 before, with a single-sided swing arm, this thing kind of wobbles on you at high speeds, or when you're coming to a break, it's dancing a little bit back there. But they said with the double-sided swing arm, it's actually fixed, it doesn't do that as much, it's more stable, in which I think that's why the torque specs are so high on this rear wheel. That's 230 foot-pounds of torque. I think it's because it's single-sided, so it has to have its weight distributed a little bit differently, and I think with the double-sided swing arm, it distributes that weight a lot better than just a single. So obviously it's a little bit more equal, and you don't have a 100-pound swing arm back there trying to equal out the weight that it needs to be equaled out to, or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say, right? So yeah, I'm not a big fan of the double-sided swing arm, even though the look itself is kind of growing on me. I don't know. I think if they would have kept that little middle centerpiece in the front, in the swing arm, it would look a little bit better, maybe. But I don't know, that little centerpiece removed is throwing me off a little bit. So moving on to the bigger tachometer. So as you know, all the Ducatis have this. It's not tiny by any means, but it's a little small, okay? The 2025 actually has a freaking huge tachometer. It's very wide. It's almost like a freaking TV on that thing, man. It's like a TV for your motorcycle in a way. And it's pretty large. You can display so much more information on there, and it actually came with a lot more information being able to be displayed, and just a lot more stuff that they put on that we'll touch on in just a second. So one thing that I do know that everyone has made known, and that is a fact, the V4 is still a rowdy motherfucker, alright? The V4, I just can't explain it. It's an untamed beast. The S1K, I've said before in the video, the S1K is very smooth. You want to stay on the bike for a while. The V4, you ride this thing, you give it some full throttle and take some corners and do what you do on the bike, bro. It's trying to buck you off from 0 to whatever, however high you go. It's just insane of a bike to be on, and that's part of the reason why I like this bike. I like being almost bucked off the bike every time I ride it. It's just an adrenaline factor almost. Yeah, and then also moving into the new front face. Now, me personally, with the front face, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan, and I'll tell you why. Because everything is one piece now. I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, the wings are one piece, the front stay, it's no longer two pieces. It's all one piece. And although that might be better if you're changing out fairings all the time for track and street or something like that, that might be cool. But I don't know, just the wings not being able to be removed, it's a little It's a little weird, you know? What if you want to put on carbon wings or something? Like, you don't like the dry carbon wings that can be put on the bike, or you want like the gloss carbon or like some gloss forest carbon. I don't know, that's just the aspect that I'm looking at it from, as far as like the changeability of the wings, because, you know, I obviously like to put carbon on my bike. Anybody likes to put carbon on their bike. But I mean, although I could be fucking tripping, I think I'm tripping right now. I don't know. I think it is one piece. I'm gonna correct myself if I'm wrong while I'm editing this video. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It has not grown on me. And also, if you look behind the front tire, you can tell they've chipped away some more fairings from right there than they have before. Like before, I feel like it was a lot more close to the front wheel, and now they've actually taken some more away. So there's a little bit bigger of a gap right there, which that's why that kind of goes into the front face for me. Like, I don't know, it looks weird. I just can't get with it. So moving on to the tail lights. The tail lights, I'm not a big fan. Like, although the bike is probably the same, like the tail light, it just reminds me of the 899 and 1199. How they have like a little break in the middle and they kind of curve back up, like a almost like a not a parentheses. I can't even think right now. What is it? Like a lesser than or greater than sign. And I just remember like the V4 for just having that one particular tail light that when you see it, you just know what the bike is, right? And that's what I like. And it was very, very bright. It's like a V almost. I'm like, it's just very like iconic. It's very unique in its own way. And to take it away, it's kind of like, it's like a little bummer, you know? To me, like, you lose a few cool points, but it's not a deal breaker, right? Because obviously it's a tail light. It's meant to be functional. And as long as it's functional, it works, you know? Cool. So that's my little gripe on the tail lights. Moving on, this kind of goes back to the front face. The new LEDs, like, I've seen a couple videos, them things are super bright. Like, they are blinding. Like, I don't know what it is with, like, bikers in general, but, like, they always ride around with their brights on, and I just don't understand. Because, like, if we're riding at night, and I look back, why am I getting blinded like you are in a freaking lifted Silverado with a light bar on it? Like, Jesus Christ. I'm just trying to make sure you're back there with me, and I just get blinded. I don't understand. And then, like, if you can't see at night with their headlights and they're already LEDs, you might want to go get some glasses, my boy, because that's a problem, and I don't think you should be driving at night. But yeah, the LEDs are bright as hell. I don't know, like, I'm not a big LED light spec person who, like, counts all the, like, nits and wattage and all that crap. I just know they're brighter, okay? Which is a good thing, especially if you're on, like, a back road at night. I feel like a lot of bikes, they're cool with the if they already come with LED lights, they're usually pretty bright. But Ducati said, you know what, we're gonna step it up one more notch and just blind everybody. But yeah, I think it's a good thing that they did that. But when you're riding with somebody at night, you're gonna blind the hell out of them. So just be cautious. Alright, so touching back on the tachometer just a second, it now offers lean angle, G meter, like how many G's you're pulling, a torque meter, and a power meter. Now, one thing I miss about my S1K is the lean angle, and I know that's a very dangerous feature to have on the bike, because if you're coming from a mid-range bike like a 1600 and you go to like a S1K and you see that lean angle, you're gonna be trying to chase lean angle, and like that's just very dangerous for like an intermediate to still a beginner rider, because you don't know how that bike operates. Like you still don't know how to do certain things. You're just gonna be chasing lean angle and not knowing what the hell you're doing. That just mixes and it just brews into like a bad storm that you don't want to be a part of, because on the other side you're probably gonna either end up dead or in the hospital somewhere because you're thinking you're a street Rossi and you don't know what the hell you're doing. Now me on the other hand, I like it because although yes, I don't brag about how good of a rider I am, but I do, like, I'm not chasing lean angle. I set a goal for myself, like, okay, I want to get there one day, but like I'm not chasing it every single day. And it just helps me improve my leaning abilities. So like when I do go to the track, like I know roughly about where I need to be at. And but I mean, everybody wants to drag knee, so like once you figure out, okay, I can drag knee at like 45 or 50, like now you're gonna be trying to do that shit everywhere you go. And like I said, it just mixes to be a bad storm, especially for like newer riders. But yeah, like I said, I missed that on this bike. I missed the lean angle. I really wish this V4 had it. And I want to know if there's a way if I can like implement it to this bike. Like, can I add it on the tech to this bike? But like, I'm starting to look like, where can you even put that on there? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no room really. There's so many, like, so much information up there already. Like, it's packed. Yeah, and like I've never had a bike where it showed you how many G's you're pulling or how much power and torque you're creating, but that would be really cool. It's kind of like a I know on the S1K you have like a braking feature, how many I can't remember if it was pounds or millimeters, whatever it was, you were pushing down the front brake. But that was a pretty cool feature that I really only used it when I went to the Tail of the Dragon, because I was trying to make sure I was using my front brake. And yeah, I mean, all those little meters will be pretty cool to have, but like I say, like, it's just another meter for you to be looking at and reach new numbers. So I don't know, but also I don't see like newer riders going to get a brand new 2025 V4 either, because like that's just not a bike you just jump to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have a previous bike that you've been riding for a minute, like another 1000 before you jump on the V4. Because the V4, like I've said, it's just a rowdy sumbitch, bro. Like, it's just rowdy as hell. There's just no other way to explain it. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the video, guys. Comment down below what your thoughts are for the new Ducati Panigale V4 2025 and the V4S. Me personally, just kind of like wrap everything up. I like, but it's just the front. Like, I don't like the front, I don't like the tail lights. Everything else I can deal with, okay? And the wings, like, just those three major things, it's just like, is it really worth it, you know? But, you know, it obviously comes with like probably smoother power delivery and this and that, but hey, to each his own, right? But yeah, comment down below your favorite part of the video, or if like you got any comments or questions about anything. Don't forget, wear your gear, ride safe, keep chasing greatness. You never know what's gonna happen, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.